Hello, 5th grade Golden Owls. I'm going to be showing us how to get started on Coding Practice 9. If you have not already finished Wrong Way, go back, watch the other video, and it will walk you through that. So, on Coding Practice 9, when we open it and we go over to the assignment, oh no, there's no details. There were some details back in the post on Google Classroom, but what I want you to work on today is to make a program that does these things. Your program must change speed using a variable. So some sprite has to change its speed. You have to have two sprites moving at the same speed at some point. You need to switch sprites, which is do at the same time. So make it look like the sprites are changing, which is a show and a hide. And also at some point play a sound. Now, this is really up to you what you're going to use for these. So right now you have a total blank slate. It is completely empty. There are no sprites, there is a forest background, and there are no sounds. So you're going to have to make some choices about what you want to add. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a sprite. So I'm going to click on this and you can choose the different categories. I'm going to go with creatures. And let's see what looks like an interesting one for my program today. I'm kind of liking the jitterbug. Let's make jitterbug show up. So here I have jitterbug, and if I hit play or run, he's not there. Remember, you have to click scene up here on your project, and then drag the sprite, this, into the scene where you want it. Once you have it there, if you click on it, you can change the size using scale. You can start it being hidden using visibility, this little pug behind a sheet. You can face it a different direction if you need to, or flip it upside down if you need to. But that's only when you have the sprite selected do you see those options. So now I'm going to go to my project, sprites, and I'm going to have Jitterbug move to the right as from where he starts. So maybe I'll start him a little bit to the left here. And I want that to change, that speed to change. So that's going to be my first requirement, change speed using a variable. So I'm going to need to set a variable before the program starts. Set a variable to a number. And I'm going to name this jitter speed. Okay. So we're going to set jitter speed to 0. Actually, I don't want him to start stopped. I'm going to have him start moving. He'll go to the right, speed of 90, let's say. And let's see, I need some other things in my program. I'll have to have two sprites moving at the same speed, so I'm going to need at least another sprite, and then to switch sprites. So if I'm going to switch sprites, I probably want two sprites with different poses. So let's say we have someone who's got two different things. Let's have the astronaut maybe. So he'll see the bug and then maybe run away is what I'm going to have happen here. So let's add astronaut standing. And then let's go down and add the astronaut walking. Maybe I could have him kick Jitterbug. That'd be funny. I'm going to make this one pretty complex and add astronaut kick. So actually I'm going to have Jitterbug move to the right. Whoops. I'm going to have the astronaut standing here. I'm going to face him the other direction. And then when Jitterbug is close enough, I want to, whoops, I keep messing this up. I'm going to have him kick. So he'll change to this. So I need to change the visibility to hidden and face the other direction. And actually, I'm going to have him walk over and kick. So he'll stand for a second. Then he'll switch to the astronaut walking. And then when he gets here, he'll switch to the astronaut kicking. And then Jitterbug will go off the screen. So if I can get all of those different features, let's see, will I have it done? I will change speed using a variable. Yeah, because the astronaut will go from standing to walking. Jitterbug will be kicked off the screen. Two sprites moving at the same speed. I need to think about that one. Maybe I'll add a sprite to Jitterbug as he gets kicked, so it looks like he's like something else is happening. Switch sprites, I've got it, and play a sound. I'll play a sound when he gets kicked. So this is the kind of thing you need to do at the very beginning, is just think about what sprites you want to use. Think about how those sprites can play into getting these requirements done. See, I still need to think about this one. Two sprites moving at the same speed. Let's see if I can find a sprite that when Jitterbug gets kicked, we'll put a big splat that shows up. So let me add that. And that'll show up right where he gets kicked right here. So let's hide that right there. Okay. So now I think the splat will go along with him off the screen. So it'll look like he got, and maybe he'll turn upside down. So I've got a lot of things going on in my program, so I really need to get started. But as you're doing your program, maybe I'll change the setting. There's probably a space setting, isn't there? Haunted forest. I thought there was a space one. Space asteroid. Whoops. How do I add it to the scene? It's this. There we go. Forgot. So to change the scene, you drag the background onto the scene like that. Took me a second to remember. So now it looks like there's a weird conflict in space. I'm going to stop sharing now. And I'll make one more video because I'm actually going to code this. So if you want to see the end product, you can watch that last video. But go ahead, pick out your sprites, pick out your backgrounds. Oh, I need to pick out a sound still for that kick. I'll work on that. But I'll show you I'll make a video of the end product so you can check that out to see how far I got. So good luck. I'm very eager to see what you guys come up with.